And let's just say to the critics that Newcastle United are in the Champions League, not through luck, but by merit. They're through hard work, commitment, and effort, through a game plan and a belief that Newcastle are not to fear, but to be feared. I told you last week not to worry because it was in their hands, and collectively the club did what it had to, and that meant you guys as well, cheering the players over the line, and the players put in the shift that was needed as well. And to those critics who claim Newcastle's success has been done by spending an old untold fortune, I say to you, look closer, much closer, because this is not about money, but about the effort on the training pitch, improving each and every player. It's not only lazy to say that Newcastle bought their way to Champions League football, it's incorrect. Eddie Howe and the fans will not worry about those who play down the club's achievements, for they won't lose any sleep over it, for they know the truth, they know the reality, and that is quite simply, Aaron, Eddie Howe's Champions League Magpies. Newcastle United in the Champions League.
There we go. Podcast done.
Done?
Time to
That's
go
all
to
we
the
need to
pub.
do?
Yeah, that's all we need to say, I think.
It still doesn't sound real.
Don't think it's going to sink in for a while.
But what's important to reference as well, because it's already happened this morning, it's happened throughout the season, Newcastle United have bought their way to top four football. And as I said right at the start, quite frankly, that is a load of nonsense. Okay, I could use a different word there, but we know sometimes there's a younger audience watching. A load of nonsense. I've got the stats here, right? Botman, Pope and Trippier, 37 games they featured in this season for Newcastle United, right? Okay, so they're number one in the list. However, you then go below that, Jacob Murphy, 35, 14 starts. Shea, 35, 35 starts. Willock, 35 appearances, 31 starts. Almiron, 35, 28. Longstaff, 33, 28. Joelinton, 32, 30. Callum Wilson, 30, 21. This team has been built upon many of the players who were here before the takeover, before Eddie Howe. And Eddie Howe deserves credit. His coaching staff deserve credit for improving these players. It's about hard work and commitment on the training pitch. It's not about money. That's played such a small factor. And it's about time that critics look a lot closer and do their research, because Eddie Howe does not get enough credit for the work he has done to these players.
I think if any critics are still saying that now openly on national media or radios or newspapers, they're really stealing a living. I mean, how many times do we have to go over this thing that, 60, 70% of Howe's starting 11 every week are players inherited? It's an absolute, it's baffling.
It is, and I just love the fact that we're sitting here and we're talking about some of our rivals, but none of us would be surprised if Jacob Murphy or Sean Longstaff were here and playing a massive role next season. I mean, Sean Longstaff was set to be out the door under Steve Bruce. I mean, Jacob Murphy didn't even have a career at Newcastle under Steve Bruce, and here they are playing instrumental roles in helping Newcastle get to the top four.